All right, we are live.
Let's get it.
Hello, everyone. It's your host, Joe Lewis with Relentless Ambition. And today we have a guest on here. I'm rocking the Atlanta Braves hat because congratulations to the Braves,
And then,
right? Peace up, A-Town down, right? That's right.
let's go.
Yeah, you could tell I'm not really from the South, but, uh, I'm an honorary Southerner uh, because the Braves won, okay? I'm here with Derrick sells cars. This is the man. If you need ideas as far as social media content, as far as if you are in sales and you are trying to get customers, basically from online, this is the man you need to see. He does so much. He's a sales manager. He's a trainer. I mean, Derrick, please just tell the people a little bit more about you.
For sure, for sure. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Derrick Bump Ced coming to you live. I'm out here with my guy Joe Lewis. Getting to it. I started this business a couple of years ago. I was in the military before that, firefighter. I was absolutely terrible. But one thing I always tell the folks I train is that you don't have to have natural talent to be good in this business. It just takes a relentlessness. And what I got really good at was stuff that folks didn't want to do. Folks hated Facebook. They hated social media. You used to get wrote up. I'm sure you probably remember them days, Joe, for using Facebook, social media, anything like that, right? And I doubled and tripled down, and I made a commitment probably about 2-3 months into my career to where I wouldn't sell any of the internet leads, any of the walk-up traffic. I was basically going to live and die by what I could produce myself. And it was hard for a little while, but when it all culminated together, when it kind of figured it all out, I got really good on the phones. I'm really good at this social media thing, and I was able to sell, 15 cars in one day, right? That's a hit. And then from there on, just kind of a launch pad to me getting other opportunities. Open to, I think American Car Center called me about 2 years ago and said, "Hey, we want you to train our guys on doing digital marketing and social media stuff." And that's what I was doing for a while. And now I'm with another company, which I won't say just yet, but rock and roll and doing something similar. So super excited, man.
Oh, well, that's awesome, man. So,
Mhm.
how'd you get started in the car business again?
So funny story, right? I was a firefighter. Me and my she was my girlfriend then, now wife. We were on the rocks,
Yeah.
and she was like, "I'm moving to Mississippi." I was like, "Well, shit, I'm not going to stay up here." My son, we just had my son Junior, CJ, and moved down to Biloxi, Mississippi. She was planning on moving. She got a job at one of the casinos out there.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck it. Well, if you going, I'm going too." And I came down there, had an opportunity that was lined up for me at one of the fire departments, but there was like a close call that happened like right before I left. We had
Yeah.
a conversation like, "Yo, if you died, how much would we get?" I was like, $50,000. She's like, $50,000 for your life. That's it. I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, baby, you need to. Why don't you look at something else?" And I went to a car dealership. I went to a car dealership, just looking to buy a car. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see what some options were. Credit wasn't the best, but I heard about this one dealership. And after talking to some of the guys in there, and kind of think I had like the showroom laughing is what it was. It was like, "Yo, you know what? You ever thought about it?" I was like, "Sure, maybe." You know what I'm saying? How much y'all get paid? And dude showed me a check, and I was like, "You made how much?" I never seen that in one check. So I
Yeah.
was kind of sold in there. Yeah, and that's how I got into it. Pat Pet
Okay.
Kia out there in Yabberville, Mississippi, man. I think it's actually been bought out by somebody else now, but I
So,
think it's
are
like
you
down here.
originally from Mississippi? Where are you
Not
originally
at all. Not at all. I'm from Georgia.
from?
I'm actually right in like
Oh, okay.
Carrollton, Villa Rica area on west side of Georgia. Small
Okay.
little country town. It's mostly like it's like big for production. Like they got a whole bunch of plants, Southwire Flowers Bakery, things like that. But
Okay.
yeah, I just and that's I think that's one of the things too that forced me to get to focus on social media because you have a lot of homegrown salespeople. Like, and I'm sure yourself too, actually, because you was killing it out there in Athens.
Yeah.
Um, it's the fact that I wasn't from there, but I saw all these other guys that were local and been there for years and years and years. And while the average salesperson is just waiting outside for an opportunity to come to them, these veteran guys who are doing 20, 30 plus, they're just sitting down chilling, working their phones, you know what I'm saying? Text people, calling people, going through their Rolodex of customers.
Yeah.
And I figured out this shit. I'm not from here. I don't know anybody here, but if I can build the relationships on Facebook, then you know what I'm saying, I can do pretty basically replicate what they've been doing as well. So
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. I think that as far as like social media work, you definitely take it to the next level. Um, you know, I mean, it's incredible what you do. I don't know if anybody follows you on TikTok, but you got what 80,000, 300,000, 1,000,000. I don't know. It was so many. I just said, wow, that's a lot of views.
Yeah, we in the last 3-4 days, man. I had I think it was in total like 3 days is when it was before I like cut them all off and deleted them all. Yeah, I got up to 5.5 million views was the official tally at the end.
Yeah,
So it was going. I found a formula that works. I just can't do it anymore, unfortunately. So
yeah.
yeah.
So how can you like? I guess for the viewers that's listening, is how can you monetize social media? How can you? Because it's an economy all in itself, based upon connections, and they might see you selling cars and giving advice, and having these funny skits. How can you basically make money from those views?
So the initial thing that most folks like, folks are always on me about, bro, you doing these skits and stuff like that. Are they paying you? Is TikTok paying you? I'm like, no, TikTok's not paying you. But what we should all know, you know what I'm saying, nowadays, especially with how many like these folks that we watched on maybe Vine back in the day and what they've been able to accomplish now, it's all about attention. That's the name of the game. And it really always has been. It's just never been easier for us to gather attention than what it is now with the introduction of social media.
Yeah,
I'll basically give how I monetize my TikTok, right? So one of my links on my pages, but as I'm getting these views and views and views in, TikTok will make, like, if you get 1 million views, you may make $20. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Or 1 million likes, you may get like $20. It's like not even a penny on the dollar. It's ridiculous what they pay. But how you monetize it is just figuring out, okay, what can I sell? A lot of folks will do merch, right? T-shirts, things of that nature. If you have a catchphrase, one of the folks I follow is a guy named Big Jaw off the West Coast. He's big into like comedy skits. So
yeah.
his is like, the whole crew is stupid. He'll have little shirts like that, or he'll just say the little catchy little things in his skits, and he'll make a shirt for it and have a link to the description there. So that's one way to make money. But because I'm more of a, like, I like to think of myself more of as a consultative kind of content creator, to where, yeah, it's funny stuff, but they also learned about how the car business works at the same time. It's the edutainment, right? Education and entertainment kind of mixed together.
Okay.
So for me, because I know folks have questions, and the car business is a very scary thing to the average consumer. They just don't know how it works.
Yeah.
I just basically charge them for my time, 30 minutes, you pay me $50, you click the link, or they can Cash App it or Zelle it, whichever way they so choose. And they get my phone number, can talk to me for a little bit. So that's one way I've done it. But for the folks, like, even though my following on TikTok, it's not the biggest, like, I'm not a million, follower person. But I get a shit ton of views on my stuff. So understanding that you can, once you've kind of figured out your formula, what works for you and how you can engage people, you can then reach out to customers. And that's why I take screenshots, because I'm in the process of doing that now. Yeah, this is what I got. This is what I can bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm blunt with these businesses, right? Hey, if you can assume a 0.01% click-through ratio, right, of these 5.5 million views, you know what I'm saying? What's your close? Like, as soon as someone comes to your site, what's your closing percentage, right? Out of 1,000 people, how many you close? And then I just basically bring it down to dollars and cents for them. So if we divide these 5.5 million views I got right here, let's say you have I'm gonna just use a random number. Let's say 10%, you know what I'm saying, from going to their website to actually purchasing something, 10% closing ratio, then that equivocates to X amount of dollars for you guys. You know what I'm saying? How much would you want to pay me for bringing that amount of traffic to your website? And that's a simple conversation there. But I mean, it's really just, you're only limited by your own creativity in regards to like how much money you want to make. I think one of the key things that people think is that they have to wait for somebody to approach them. Nah, fuck that. Go after them. You find a product or a brand that you like. You know what I'm saying? If they have an Instagram or a Facebook or something like that, inbox them. You can get to the right person eventually. It's just about being aggressive. So
Okay. So, I mean, it seems like you would be the perfect candidate to have like a digital marketing agency. You know what I'm saying? Because you know so much insight. You know, I mean, that's just what it is. You have a lot of creative content, which a lot of people, some people just don't want to put that much time in it, but they'll watch it. They'll watch they'll view it, they'll share it. But as far as creating it themselves, they kind of standoffish. I think it's cool, man. I think it's really cool. What's your creative process? What do you, how do you like come across these skits? Because I don't know if like people watch them on TikTok, they are very funny, and it's because it's actually true. It's a lot of it is actually true. There was one skit you were talking about, where it was husband and wife, and the
Side chick.
husband he had a side chick, and the wife was like, "Hey, you know what's going on? You have another car with somebody you purchased?" I can say that has happened. You know, we
Absolutely.
have to say, "Hey, listen, you know, your husband, he has another car with somebody else. I don't know who it is. That's between y'all to discuss." You say, what? You know, so
Honestly, brother, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head. The
yeah,
inspiration for that stuff is just everyday life. I always tell people, you know, especially like the rookies when they come into this business, like this may not be the most labor intensive job, but it's going to be one of the hardest jobs you do just because of it's the mental drain and just the sheer amount of shit you end up running into. You know what I'm saying? Something that will seem like, oh man, this is a lay down. This is a, you know what I'm saying, perfect deal. It's so simple. They got all the
yeah,
docs in a row. Boom, we're done. Cool with the payments. And then boom, here comes something out of left field that just throws
yeah,
you off, you know, just make it
yeah,
that much harder. But I mean, that's where the inspiration comes from, man. After anybody, honestly, anybody who's done this for a long time has the exact same stories. And I think that's why these stories are a hit. You know what I'm saying? Because I think mostly it's car salesmen that follow me, right? When I put out the announcement, like, man, I'm not doing any more skits anymore. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I had, you know, tons of people in my inbox on, you know, TikTok and on. Now they're starting to gravitate towards my personal Facebook page and my Instagram account. Like, bro, this is bullshit. Oh my God, man, your shit gets me through the day. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them, bro. Just quit and do your own thing. I'm like, bro, the way my bill's set up, I can't just quit my job. You know, but
yeah,
you know, it's true to life. You know, stuff happens and you just basically document it. That's all I'm doing.
yeah,
I think Gary Vee kind of coined that term, document what you do on social media. And that's something I always preach. And I'm just kind of pushing out there doing it myself as well. That
yeah.
is so dope. It puts captions out there. Wow. I'm looking at it on Facebook right now. I didn't know that they actually caption it as you're doing it. That's super dope.
Yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So, dang, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I really am.
I'm still
So
doing
like
it.
you
It's
said,
coming
there's a
soon.
lot of things that happen in the car business. Like, you know, what would be one event that you would say would be the like the most crazy thing that you ever experienced for yourself in the car business?
All right, so I gotta before we before I get too deep in this, how like I don't know how your show is. Is it like rated? You know what I'm saying? Can I go there with it or kind of keep it PG?
Well, I mean, you know, we would like to keep it PG. They might cut us if it gets, you know, too.
All right, I'll tell how this. It'll be this one ain't too bad. So I don't know, a funny situation that happened where this old lady comes into the dealership, right?
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying, she's got her eyes. She's been blowing me up all week. She was an internet lead that came. It was one of my probably like my second month of being in the business, what have you. But she
Yeah.
comes to the dealership, super excited about this one car, been blowing me up, blowing me up. Is it still there? Is it still there? Now this is an old age unit for us, so we're all excited because like finally we get rid of this thing, right?
Yeah.
Finally comes into the dealership. And she's got this beat up old piece of shit. I don't know what it was, but you know what I'm saying? I think it was like maybe it was a box something. You know what I'm saying? But it was in terrible condition. And
Yeah.
she was just hemming and hawing about, man, I know what this car is worth. I can get $3,000 for this. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, if you wanted to keep it, we wouldn't be mad at you, right? But long story short, we go through the whole deal. She trades it in and everything. Boom. And of course, now we got this thing where they're going through the process. Are we going to try to sell this thing? Because we are in Mississippi. Maybe we can, you know, some dude loves, you know what I'm saying, box Chevys or something like that. He might want to flip this, turn into a dunk or something like that, right? We're
Yeah.
going through it and we're going through the car and, you know, they check it out. It seems like it's in okay condition. I got a guy that comes out like the same day to try to look at it. He just wanted to do a cash type situation. I think we gave her $500 for it. He was going to purchase it for like 2,000. We're going through the back and we pop open the trunk and there's this duffel bag that I guess we missed that was like underneath where the fucking spare tire should be, right? We go pull it out, open the fucking duffel bag, and it's just these dildos in there. Just a shit ton of dildos. Not these normal ones either. I'm talking about fucking massive ones. I'm like, what the hell is this old lady doing with these dildos and shit? But yeah, that's one of the crazy stories. But yeah, I got some other ones, but again, I don't want to get it too out of control on there.
Man. Well,
Mm.
that's wild. I don't know what to say. Words are gone from me.
It's the car business, man. You see all types of stuff. Find drugs in cars, guns. One of my at the last dealership I was with, he was telling me about I guess they had bought. You know, we get cars from all over the place. This apparently was an old impound car or something. They like in the sunroof, they had some type of compartment up there
Yeah.
where when they were trying to fix the sunroof because it wouldn't open, They fixed it, and as soon as they opened up, a pistol falls out onto the onto one of the seats, and this little sealed box or what have you. And inside was a whole bunch of coke that they turned into the police. It was like $2,000 in cash. So you find all types of stuff, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
How about you, brother? How's your business been? How's your thing been going?
It's been going good. It's been going real good. I've been getting into all sorts of different things. Still selling real estate. Got out the car business throughout the busy season. You know, right now just relaxing. Yeah.
You ever thought about doing the bird dog thing still? Like sending deals to places and everything?
Yeah. I don't mind doing that. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. What do you think is missing out of the auto industry? If you had to say something like, what do you think can make the auto industry better?
I mean, in all seriousness, I think it comes down to training, right?
Yeah.
I think, for those of us who came through a while back, most of us were just thrown to the fire, right? They'll tell you if you came at a new, like a franchise store, like a Chevy, Kia, what have you, they'll typically throw you through some, BS training for just the product, but they don't really spend as much time showing you how a proper salesman should conduct themselves, how to, get to know and build those relationships, bird dog. They don't really teach you the finer thing that, the nuances of sales. So I think that's the biggest thing that's, what's wrong with the automotive business and how we can improve. I'm just focusing on training. That's really why I'm still in it. Because anybody that really knows me knows I don't really like selling cars like that. But I've always fallen in love with the fact that you can take someone who may have worked at McDonald's or Dollar General or Walmart or something like that, minimum wage from, family ain't never had nothing, and going on that course, they look like they may never be nothing. But you put this one kid who just, wants it bad enough in a position to teach him enough, and boom, he drastically changes the situation. Goes from making maybe 22,000 a year to, thinking, oh shit, 100,000 this year, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I need to step my game up, right? So definitely the training piece, man. That's what I would love to see us kind of as an industry just embrace. I think it's coming though. I'm starting to see more companies focus on that. Group One Automotive, they used to have, I think they stepped away from it, but it's kind of what got me interested in wanting to do training in the first place. But they had this thing called target training back in the day, which changed my whole thought process on how sales goes and, basically what was possible for myself. And literally, I went from maybe doing 2 or 3 cars the first 2-3 months to as soon as I got done with that, I broke 15 at a new car store. And I was like, wow, if I just do it this way, okay, cool. So,
I mean, once the car business is what the car business is, and it's almost like if you're a salesman, it's either kill or be killed. That's just how aggressive it is. And you're thrown in a lot. And depending on those individuals, everybody has different past. And, so you can get into arguments. A lot of people don't know about this. Like if you're running and chasing up and up or something like that, it happens. It happens. I don't know what it would take for the automotive industry to change. I don't know, because a lot of times everything around the auto industry is changing except the dealership, if that makes sense.
That's why things such as Carvana, they're starting to take off because, dealerships are so stuck on the old way of doing things and are open to, evolving things like that. You gave me an idea for a skit, by the way, bro. I'm going to do that shit.
What you got?
So here's what I'm thinking. It's going to be basically because it's always funny to me, like when I do these skits, these customers don't realize the circus that's going on behind the scenes, right? To the customers, absolutely, ma'am. Excuse me. Absolutely, ma'am. No problem. We got you taken care of. It's going to be smooth as butter. Then as soon as it gets in the manager, I'm not doing that deal. All right. But I'm thinking maybe like I'm saying? Some type of the salesman, the manager getting into it real bad. And he's just trying to keep the customer calm, like it's all good.
You're right. You know how many times that happens? That happens all the time.
I'm telling you,
man. Customer, they say this is a deal today. If we can take $1,000 off, $1,000 off, we good to go. But some managers, they get so prideful. Oh, I'm not taking $1,000 off.
I'm telling you.
Oh, I ain't let them walk. So let them walk. You gonna let them walk over this? Okay, how about this? What if I can get them down maybe to 600, 500, 200? No, I'm not coming down off the price, Joe. So you got to come. I had to come back to the customer and say, hey, Mr. Customer, got some great news. Got some great news. He's still working on it. He's working on it for you. You know, we really want to earn your business, but you know, this is where we're at. You know, are we still okay here? Because if so, let's go ahead and wrap. You said, well, Joe, you didn't take off anything.
You got to say that with a straight face too. Hey man, everything looks good. You know, let's go and wrap this thing up. There's nothing. You didn't change shit, Joe. Like what the hell? You know,
No,
you got to say it with a straight face though, man.
That happens in the car business that people don't see, like behind the scenes and everything like that. They think that the car salesman is being greedy and you know is just trying to hold every penny. But a lot of times, you know, the sales desk is really who's controlling that deal all the way because you know we want to move metal. That's what we want to do. We want to, you know, move metal. So maybe we make a little bit, maybe we make a lot. I don't know. You know, we're trying to just push keys as fast as possible.
And I think it's, you know, there's benefits to that because I mean, I'm sure you've done it. I've done it too, where, you know, maybe you could have done it easier if you would just let it go for what they want. It may have been well within a reasonable figure, but you're forcing the salesperson to stretch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can, you know, take, you know, $1,000 off and make this still happen. But, you know, I want you to do it at full price. You know what I'm saying? Because as you make the salesperson get comfortable doing that type of stuff when you really don't have it, you know what I'm saying? That arsenal that you built up on those easier transactions is now what you can pull out to take a deal that was super tough, wouldn't have probably happened to actually make it go. Make sense? So man, I kind of being now, you know what I'm saying, being in the management side of the fence for the last couple of years, I get both sides of it. It's frustrating, but you know what I'm saying, it's about growth and development at the end of the day. Now,
I like what you said about growth and development. A lot of times right now, as far as like different managers, because everything is selling so quickly, because everything is marked up, you know, at a dealership that I was working at, I think it was like maybe it was like $5,000 marked up. Okay, $5,000 over the MSRP. Okay, customer was fine. They just wanted to take $250 off. Let the customer walk over $250. You know, so and spending like 2 hours, 3 hours making sure we land on the right car, and you know, it's kind of like a slap in the face for the salesperson to keep on working, especially knowing that, you know, you ain't trying to negotiate simply because you can right now, you know. And so
we went through like here, I don't know, it kind of depends. Well, first let me say this. I don't agree with them, especially on the new car side. Used cars, it just is what it is. Like the prices are through the roof. Everybody knows it. You know, folks still we got to make money. We're not a not for profit. We're not a nonprofit rather. But on the new car side, bro, when they're jacking these prices up on these vehicles like well above MSRP, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's great that you're killing it. Your bottom line is going to look way better. Cool. We did, you know, $4,500 deal on that. You know what I'm saying? That's great. But the issue is when that customer comes back. You know what I'm saying? Because you make a deal, then you don't, you know, you're not making the deal next time. There's a group called Used Cars Managers, super dope group, Joe. If you're not in this, hosted by a guy named Wendell Hardy, specifically for automotive managers and everything. But that's one of the discussions that they have in there all the time. It's kind of a battle where, you know, should we mark it up because of the rarity, well, not the rarity, but the scarcity of the inventory? Should we mark these new cars up, knowing that we're not going to get that many? You know what I'm saying? Or should we keep it down? And I'm of the belief that you shouldn't do people like that, man. That's too much.
I mean, that's just too much. That's
full price.
That's too much. That's really too much. I seen a Bronco, you know, like the new Broncos.
Absolutely.
Like they marked it up $72,000.
Bro, what the wow?
Yeah, they marked it up $72,000 from the original price. I mean,
it's too much, man.
Who would pay that? I mean, you know.
I mean, somebody will, though. You know, that's what's crazy. But when you screw somebody over like that, they'll remember when they go to trade that bad boy in. You know what I'm saying? They will never do business with you again. Yeah. So it's about, you know, there's a difference between, you know, trying to make some money, you know, and just being downright greedy. So I'm not for that whatsoever.
Well, you know, the
I gotta
good
sleep
news
at night.
is, huh?
I gotta sleep at night.
Yeah. The good news is that the economy is doing okay. I think that a lot of times, where do you see the U.S. going the next 5-10 years based on
Um,
all of this?
I mean, I don't know.
What do you think?
I think it's like this feels unprecedented, right? And it is, you know what I'm saying, a pandemic on this scale because of how, more connected the world is to where, a disease can hop from China and, infect basically the rest of the world, just like that.
Yeah.
And damn near shut everything down. It feels like, oh my God, this is the apocalypse. But the reality is every time something crazy happens, it feels like that. Back in 2008, oh my God, where are we going to recover? How are we going to recover from the housing crisis and things like that? The reality situation is that the people who go and grind and get it are going to grind and get it. You know what I'm saying? The people who ain't going to do shit ain't going to do shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not really going to change. I can say this proudly. When the pandemic like really kicked off last year, this year it's all right. But especially last year, I have never made more money. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I peaked. I was like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? It just, even though it looked kind of scary, for those of you, if you got it in you, bro, you can hustle and double down and triple down and grind out and make some serious money out there because it was out there. You just had to be creative.
Yeah.
I know a buddy of mine who, had this idea for years about, man, I want to do t-shirts. I want to do t-shirts. I want to do t-shirts. And he finally buckled down and did it. And he was in a perfect position when a lot of the riots and stuff over the racial issues in the country started getting big. And, you know what I'm saying? He blew up over that. You know what I'm saying? Made him a couple thousand off of it. Just, little t-shirt website that he had up for a while.
Yeah.
So, again, it's just all about taking advantage of the opportunities that are in front of us. Anytime there's a big crisis like this, you can prevail. As far as like forecasting what it's going to be, we're going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? Look, shit happened. It's crazy. Yes, it is. But, after this in my experience, I'm kind of leaning on the experience of the older, more seasoned guys who, 30, 40 years in the business and, bigger guys than I am. But they're not worried. Why are they not worried? Because, you know what I'm saying, stuff's going to go up, stuff's going to go down. It's just but eventually it always levels out. And that's the key thing. So we'll be back. We'll be straight. We're not too bad right now. It looks like we're on the brink of things if you watch the news, but we're doing fine.
Yeah, I think that the new economy is very interesting because you can get money from all sorts of different facets. It's not really limited to just a job where you clock in and out. So it's a lot of wealth being distributed. And you might, like people don't even know what's going on. Like, there's just a lot of different hustles out there. I've seen a new thing where you can like rent out your garage space for storage. I mean,
seriously.
Yeah, it's going to be big. It's the next Airbnb is what they're calling it, where you can, the companies that's looking for storage to sit things, you can use your garage.
That didn't surprise me. That's crazy.
Yeah. So transportation, I mean, everything. I would rather be a door dasher than to be on an assembly line cooking the food, to be honest with you.
And you can make way more money, man. I had a young lady who was she's a stupid talented car salesman. Check this out. Met her in February. She came in. We did our training. I did my same little training with her at the American Car Center. Yeah. First month, not so much. I'm saying, but that second month kicked off, did 18 units. Third month, I think she did like 15. And then on her fourth month, when it finally clicked for her, right, when it finally all kind of came into place, lined up, she did 6 in 2 days. She left me, unfortunately, and went somewhere else. But in 15 days at a new car store, Gravity Automotive, actually, chick sold 20 cars. Mind you, these aren't, American Car Center everyday cars. These are, Maseratis, BMWs, you know what I'm saying? Some
Wow.
Mercedes and everything, right? So they're more of a highline store. Yeah, she sold 20 cars in like 15 days, right? And that's what I love. So I mean, it's possible. If you go want to go out there and make some money, you definitely can.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone's blowing me up. Like 6 calls back to back. I'm like, what are you doing over there? Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Hey, I appreciate you coming on out and talking with us today. If anybody wanted to contact you directly, if they had questions in regards to social media or about cars or just whatever, what's the best way to reach out to you, and I'll leave it in the comments.
Honestly, just look up Derrick Sells Cars on any platform except Twitter. I don't really, Instagram, Facebook. That's for TikTok, wherever. Just inbox me on one of those pages and I'll get to you. My cell phone's everywhere too. If you go to my personal page, facebook.com/Derrick Sells Cars. I think it might be Derrick Sells Cars 1 or what have you, but my Facebook, everything out there has my phone number on it. So just text me. I'm not that hard to reach.
Okay.
You might have to pay me to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you local, we can make something happen. But if you're from like way out of the way in like Texas, I got like one guy in Wisconsin trying to figure out what to do with another dude in Dallas. I don't have too many relationships out there, but if we'll make it happen some kind of way.
That's awesome, man. Any last pointer for the viewers?
Nah, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. Super dope. I'm loving this thing. You kind of inspired. I was thinking about getting mine back up and going. I started during the pandemic a little bit. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's my kids come around to say she's saying it's time to go. But I was thinking about getting my podcast back up and going. I'm gonna probably revamp it since I've kind of got this unfiltered car business kind of thing going with my skits. It'd be more so along the lines of that, where we're doing the actually, let me get your opinion on this, Joe. So they're kind of like the true crime shows, right? Where I'll be the one that's visible, and then baby, don't do that. I'll be the one that's visible, and then having like the guest on there having a blacked out face and their voice changed, and just telling unfiltered stories. What do you think?
Man, I think that'd be awesome. I think that you get a lot of views on that one.
It's gonna be some crazy raunchy stuff. Is what I'm going for.
Because a lot of people don't know. See, one thing that I think that would happen in the future is, how they have like HGTV with the realtors and going to properties and everything like that. If they had a TV show with like car dealerships, man, I think because they would actually see what is going on behind the scenes and the amount of money that is capable in a short amount of time. So
I'm with it.
I don't want that. Well, I mean, I'm not. So I mean, if I was a car salesman, I probably wouldn't want that show. But yeah, I think it'd be hot though.
It would be, man. Like folks, I get kind of yelled at a lot on TikTok because I'm just being honest with folks. Hey, what's the best way to buy a car? You know what I'm saying? Honestly, if you want the easiest price to get, True Car is going to give you a lot better price sometimes. The internet price is going to be the best price typically. Go to your own credit union to start off with, and then go to the dealership once you already got basically a check in hand. Negotiate price first. You know what I'm saying? And then go for it.
They're not accepting true. You come with a True Car price, say sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Hey, it's still gonna take some. Yeah, it's gonna take some. Some finessing to make it happen. But but they get on me for doing what stuff.
You want to use your credit union? Unfortunately, right now, we're you're gonna have to use our banks or no bank.
Get out of here for real.
Yeah,
where was you at, bro? I wanted that. I need to go in there and sit with them for a while.
This is they're in the Atlanta market. So it's pretty tough. They said, well, you guys can't give us a better rate. Well, such and such says that the rate's supposed to be this. Well, we're not really offering this rate. We're offering this. And so that's why I say it's getting a little bit out of hand when the dealerships have the advantage compared to the customers.
Nah, man, it's that greed, brother. And people don't forget. That's the thing too. It's that short sightedness that's gonna fuck you over in the long run. So
yeah,
it's tough.
Yeah. Well, all right, brother. Hey, man, maybe we can get together and do a skit, man.
I'm with the shit.
For a long time.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Let's get it on there. So you have to be in cartoon face to do it. Like how I'm gonna do this next one. I'll probably text you like one of the how it's gonna look.
Okay.
I'll send you one of them. It's gonna be different, but it'll be interesting. We'll see.
All right,
man. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Man, good talking with you.
Yes, sir.